Hello, sister.
Hi, Heather.
Lovely to be with you today.
Same. So happy to see your smile.
I want to introduce you. This is Sister Clear Grace, who has ordained as a novice in Plum Village tradition, and who is now taking refuge at the Heartwood Refuge Center nearby me in North Carolina.
Neighboring.
Neighboring, that's right. I am Heather Mann, as you know, and I am a longtime earth holder. I am one of the folks that is working on the organizing team for the retreat, and I'm so happy that you can join me today. And I have a question. I'm wondering if you can share with folks what really excites you about the This Is It retreat.
Well, I'm really excited for this manifestation. I think just looking at the calligraphy with ties, "This is it" over the top, and seeing the beautiful planet behind, and this topic of embodying racial and ecological justice in the face of the climate emergency. What an important call for folks to reach out and join the Earth Holder community. And it starts, what is the date starting for this?
The first retreat week will be downloaded and accessible on March 8th, and then it goes all the way until May 2nd. So it's 8 full weeks of study and practice.
How exciting. I'm looking at the lineup and I see some of these teachers actually every day. There's not a day that I would want to miss. And especially some of these topics, cultivating wise, right, earth justice view, very skillfully. Looking at the Eightfold Path there, healing and transforming racism and social inequity. Who is this particular retreat for, and what are we hoping to see come out of it? These are some questions that I have about it.
Yes, well, those are good questions. I think first of all, it's for a lot of people. First of all, I think there might be people who are starting to notice that things are really difficult right now, that the climate is changing, that injustices are growing in society, and maybe they're starting to wonder if there's something in particular they can do about it. Or maybe they're noticing some fear or something that's coming up, a strong feeling, and they want to be able to take care of that. This could also be for people who are very much embedded in the daily work of earth holding and protecting, or the fight for justice, and who may need to take care of themselves, kind of come to some fresh views and some self-care, and do a little bit of healing, because it's very easy for any of us to feel powerless, even whether we're deeply steeped in this or whether we have yet to begin. I think also there's people who may want to come to this retreat who understand that our relationship with the planet is a spiritual opportunity, and that there's a lot of healing and insight that can come when we understand our interrelationship with this beautiful planet that has sustained us for so long. Maybe some people are feeling isolated. They're in a place in the world where there aren't like-minded thinkers, and they'd like to be part of a community of folks who are really sort of addressing this with their whole hearts. Or maybe some folks are already in community, maybe in the Earth Holder community, as a matter of fact, and this is a continuation of their earth holding and protecting, and it gives them joy to be a part of it. So I think, long story short, whether you're Buddhist or not Buddhist, it does not matter if you're in the Plum Village tradition or not. This is a course that is set up to just help us take care of ourselves, each other, all beings in the planet. One thing I would add is that it will be for people who have some time and some commitment to the program, because it'll take maybe 6 hours a week, when people will be viewing the teaching videos. There'll be daily practice that we're asking 20 minutes each day. And then each week there'll be a 90-minute live sharing with other people in the retreat that they can offer their insights and wisdom and actually receive the benefit of others' insights and wisdom as well. So I did the math, and it's up to about 6 hours a week. And so it's not a small undertaking. It is for earnest folks who are earnest in their hearts. And that is the real possibility and power of this retreat for societal and personal transformation. Yeah. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. I really appreciate what you shared about just across all boards, especially those that are feeling isolated. And you answered my question if I was wondering if it's for Buddhists only, and sounds like all are welcome. And there's been a lot of deep looking and insight put into this retreat, and it feels like that, and it sounds like that from what you're sharing. And that's another thing I'm looking forward to as we prepare to get ready for this retreat online. And you did mention that it does take some time, the 6 hours throughout the week. Is that something where somebody could do in blocks, or is it certain days of the week? Could I do 2 hours today and then maybe 4 hours tomorrow with my 20 minutes of practice? Or is it, certain days of the week? How does that work?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. On the materials will be available each Sunday of the retreat time. And on that day, I would encourage people at least to take a look at the first video, which will include the daily earth-based mindfulness practice. So we encourage people to take on that new assignment and to embody it throughout the week. And then they can take their time then through the week viewing the teachings from our team teachers. So that doesn't have to be done all up front. But by Saturday, we're hoping that people will have had a chance to watch all the videos and had many days of the practice, so that when they come together as a community, they have something to share and offer about what the teachings, how they're affecting them, and then what the practice is like for them as well.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I think one other question that's coming up for me as a monastic Black Indigenous person of color, one of the things that when there's these types of courses and retreats always are available, and always seem very interested in wanting to join a course of this nature. And then I have the questions of scholarships or whether or not it's affordable. And I think that is a question that's coming up for me. I just kind of want to know what's going on with that and what that looks like for this particular retreat.
Thank you. Yes. Very much scholarships are available. I'm very happy to say that the Earth Holder retreats have never turned anyone away. And so you'll notice online when people look that there's a way to reach out to our to folks and just help us understand what it is that you can offer, or what the situation is if you'd like a full scholarship. So we are very much interested in supporting everyone and participating who wants to, especially people of color, LGBTQ, and young people ages 18 to 35.
Thank you. Will there be cultural sanctuaries for folks, and will it be mostly blended? And I guess, how does the retreat work, and what is the structure of it? What would that look like for folks?
Yeah, thank you. So when people register, they are automatically behind the scenes creating an account for our teaching platform. So the week that the retreat begins, they'll get an email saying that the first course material is now available and they can have access to it. They click through and voila, everything is right there. So the courses or the offerings are in order. You just work your way through the videos. There's additional materials that the teachers have provided as well if people want to deepen the study on a particular theme. And then the Saturday sessions also have a link that will be on a Zoom platform. And on our homepage, though, on our course page, it'll be detailed instructions about how to click through and participate in that. Some people might be wondering, I can't do Saturdays because I have to work. And we understand that. And so I would just encourage people to consider the richness of the teachings and of the practices, and decide for themselves whether or not they would be able to get the value that they hope for if they were not part of the live sessions. And that is an individual decision, I think. But there are opportunities to engage with the teachers and with fellow students in the comment sections of each lesson during the week, and also then later on our Earthholder base camp, which is the broad Earthholder community that people can also be a part of in conversation.
So Heather, I'm wondering, is there an opportunity for folks when they have discussion? Will there be a cultural refuge, or what do some of the sharing opportunities look like, and the blending and coming together and things of that nature?
Thank you so much. Yes. So during our 90-minute live sessions, we will have an opportunity for people to have requested the kind of Dharma family that they'd like to be in. So those who are looking for a cultural refuge, we will know that prior to the start, and we'll be creating small groups of 8 to 10 people that will be able to provide that refuge. Some people might want to be with people who are in Europe, or some who are in the Pacific Northwest, so they can see people in their area. Some people might be registering as a group, so they'll want to have the people that are in their Sangha be all together and participating. So we'll have arranged all of that in advance, and in the moment on those Saturdays when the little button comes up that says click through to your Dharma family, it'll again happen automatically, and you'll be with the same small group for more intimate sharing throughout the retreat period.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
And I see that there's a 50th anniversary of Earth Day going to be happening during that retreat. Will there be is this particularly planned, or what will that look like for us?
Well, it is lovely that it's working out this way. In week 7, we have this opportunity for personal practice and action. And so we'll be talking about the kinds of ways that people can prepare for that. And then folks will be guided through a different set of practices for that week, and also very much encouraged to do what feels right locally, to engage with people who are taking action right where they live.
This is exciting. So we'll have a chance for 8 weeks to practice together with folks in our tradition, outside of our tradition, just wanting to do earth-based mindfulness practices together collectively across the globe. So also internationally, is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yeah, our teachers are international, and I anticipate that our students will be as well. And then what's fun is the last session on May 2nd is a panel discussion with multiple teachers on the theme of going forth. So we can begin that transition process from the safe boundaries of the retreat, then out, how do we take this into the world? So there'll be lots of support for that too. So
when's the soonest I can sign up? And do you see that that could potentially, we could fill up? Or is there limited space?
We have somewhat limited space, yes, and we're still calculating what our top numbers are. So I do encourage everybody to register today. Okay. We are open for business, and we very much look forward to seeing everyone there.
How do we do that, Heather?
Well, on this website where you're viewing this video, just scroll down a little bit more and you'll be able to click the red button to register now.
Okay, looking forward to holding retreat with you and all those who are scrolling down to register at the moment.
Well, thank you, sister. And I want to thank you so much for your interest and your enthusiasm, and for helping share the story of what this retreat is about and who it's for. And I look forward to seeing you in retreat.
Also look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Much love.